In this morning's Kids Corner with Dr. Martha Durham, we are tackling the issues of why people align with bullies, from kids to adults. We want to know why people oftentimes don't stand up when they're either being bullied or see others being bullied. Dr. Martha Durham, you're with North Main Counseling.
Yes.
And it's one of those things that, you know, as a parent, not only do you pray that your kid never is bullied, but also you don't ever want to find out your kid was the bully.
Right.
Like that would probably break my heart even worse.
Well, and I'm going to say something. I can think of times in my life when probably I was, and you don't even realize it. Like when you're younger and you really need some education around what is and isn't bullying, and not everything is bullying.
Right.
But
Just because you're being mean, like I hate when people just throw around the bully word. Like, that was bullying. No, that wasn't bullying. That was just someone being mean.
Right.
And
There's
being
a
direct,
difference.
and being direct is different than being
a bully
bullied.
too.
Oh, 100%.
It's like, yeah.
You can't call everything bullying when someone's just telling you something you don't want to hear.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, so
And
I agree.
let's talk about it from the kids' perspective. Obviously, bullies come in lots of different forms. I was thinking about this question, and I was on Facebook, and I was like, that guy was kind of a bully to me when I was in school. It's something that we don't really ever get over.
Ever.
So
Ever.
That's why it's so important that we try to do something about it young.
Yes.
There's a program that I found several years ago called Come Sit With Us, and that's kind of how I think about how to help with bullying right now. So there was a middle school student, I'm sorry, I can't remember her name right now, but she was bullied. She changed schools, and one person came up to her and was kind to her. And she started thinking about that. She wasn't bullied at this new school, and she's like, all it takes is one person to be your friend. And she ate lunch with that person, and as she got older, she developed this app called Come Sit With Us, and high schools and middle schools can use that app. There are groups, and you can text into that app and say, can I please come sit with you? Or they invite new people in at the lunch table.
See,
But it
I
takes
love that
courage.
because
does.
that was always hard about middle school, not wanting to go up. And as an adult, like if you know we see someone being bullied, I'm more comfortable with myself now to
To say,
stand
that ain't
up.
cool.
As a kid, it is so hard because then you're making yourself a target.
Correct.
And all you want to do sometimes is stay under the radar.
Yes.
So you can just get through.
You're saying exactly what happens. So people will not step forward and help someone because they think they'll be the target next. And so, you know, one of the things you have to look at is who is a bully who will back down? Who is a bully who's really dangerous?
Right.
And they're different, okay? And as a parent, like and a psychologist, I want to say, stand up for yourself, but you really have to be careful that your child doesn't get really hurt, right? But it is that I'm afraid that I'm going to be bullied. And then some people become friends with a bully, because if you're friends with the bully, you're never getting bullied.
Well, it's almost like that Stockholm syndrome. Like, I mean,
And we're that pack mentality too. Like you just want to go where the herd is going.
Yeah.
You don't want to go where outside of you. You don't want to draw any attention to it. And then you break it down even further to the physical bullying versus the mental bullying. Because I had 4 brothers in high school, and I never got bullied like that. Because you know when
Your
you have 4
brothers
brothers
take
that are
care-
ready to take
they
care
looked
of
out
it.
for you.
But at the same time, there could be that mental bullying where there's like, oh, you know, goody two shoes, doing your homework, all that stuff. This verbal, it's not
verbal,
physical.
and also emotional. This is going to sound crazy, but looks, exclusion, backhanded compliments. I think about Mean Girls and Regina George, right? There are so many ways to bully. And again, you don't want to say everything's bullying, but I do think that sometimes the covert methods are more painful, because people will say, well, I didn't notice anything. I didn't think he said that. I didn't think she said that. And then you feel worse, right? So the kind you're talking about is pretty important.
What do you do if someone gets out? I mean, I'll never forget, like, you know, League Middle School, that's where I went. Walked home every day, and there was a pack of girls that always, and I had to walk by them every day. I'm like,
The Mean Girls.
Here we go. And they would always, you know, make fun that my shorts were up too high. Like I wore my pants, you know what I mean? And looking back, I was like, I did, they were. But they could have said, hey girl, pull those down. You look dumb.
You want to be like us.
But, you know, I put a stop to it one
How?
day.
Ooh, eat.
This is
I
very,
went, they went low, I went lower.
Lower.
gotcha.
You know what I mean?
I don't mean to clap
I wanna
that.
go
But I
lowest.
put my hands on my hips, and I'm like, well, at least, and said a few things, and then they never, you know
So
what I mean?
those are
But
the
I
type
had
of-
in my head, I was like, I may get hit, but I think I'm faster than these girls. You know
It's
what
like
I mean?
a Christmas Story, right?
Yes.
Where he finally,
The
everybody's
bully.
cheering that he just beats the other guy up.
Right.
I think I will tell some people, if you feel secure and you know that you can do that, often you want friends with you when you're doing that,
Right.
right?
Uh-huh.
Sometimes if I think it's a scary situation, I'll say pick a new route home.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
take away.
Because back in the day, all we had to worry
ability.
about was really like, you know,
Once you got past
didn't
there,
worry
there was-
about any,
yeah.
like you had like fair fights
Right.
back in
And
the
there
day.
was no like
Now,
social media where they were going to get on and
Yeah.
and
Yes.
continue it. Like we squashed it right there at Stone
Yes.
Lake. Like it was
Right.
done.
Well,
you know?
I think schools are trying, teachers are trying. I think parents need to be really involved in ways that help their child learn what to do, like the don't walk that way, hang out with this group. And a lot of times, if you will just find your own group of friends, even one, that can be very useful.
Yeah.
If it feels really dangerous, I do think you need to ask an adult to help you. That can be dicey too, because if they bring the bully in,
I know
it can make things
snitches get
worse.
stitches. You always hear that. It's like, when do you know what I mean? And it's so it's hard, y'all. It's a complicated thing. We're not going to
It's
solve it in 5 minutes. So we'll make this, you know,
Yes.
more of an ongoing thing. If you need to talk to Doc, though, if you've got
Yep.
some seriously, you're like, we can't take it anymore.
Yes.
Give them a call. Look them up. Let's get you some.
And I will
good-
post some things on my website as well to
Yeah.
be helpful
Love
with all
it.
that.
And
Yeah.
stay tuned, there's going to be a podcast, so we'll keep you guys posted on that. NorthMainCounseling.com to get in touch with Dr. Martha. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Of course.